Good afternoon. My name is Judge Ruppe. You're all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of these hearings today are to make sure that there's probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested. As you appear before me today, you're considered not guilty of what you've been charged with. That status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you were either arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. Today, I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pretrial release which will be imposed upon you. You are entitled to have a lawyer represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office for you this morning. You're also entitled to make a phone call to friends, family, or your counsel, know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to make that phone call, please let me know. I'll make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay, go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, come forward to the podium. Leandra Mailhouse. Hi, can I have your date of birth, please?
10/8/1997.
Okay, ma'am, you are here this morning charged with 3 counts of burglary of a conveyance and 1 count of grand theft auto. The total bond amounts are $20,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. Does she have a prior record?
No, Your Honor.
1 minute. No prior record? And there was someone who wanted to say something for her?
Yes. Here is fine.
You have to come up here so I can hear you. Sorry. So everyone can hear you. All right, come up to the podium. And what is your name?
Latina Fraser Brown.
How do you know Leandra?
I'm her mother.
Okay. All right, what did you want to say?
I'm pretty sure, I'm not for sure that you know that she's on a medical ward. Leandra has juvenile diabetes. She just had a surgery less than a week ago. So we're trying to work on getting her out. If you could lower her bond and either give her release on her own conscience is what I'm asking for.
Okay. Do you live in Hernando County?
No, we live in Pinellas County.
Okay. Do you have any family here in Hernando?
None. Have no idea why they was even here.
Well, you have some idea.
Yeah, now that I talked to the detective about it.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is she has no prior record, right, state?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm going to give her a lower bond. I'm not going to ROR her, though. There's some serious charges, and she's looking at some serious consequences for them. So she needs to make sure that if she is bonded out, and you need to make sure that she's bonded out, that she makes it back to court. Otherwise, you're going to lose that bond money. It's going to
She will be here. I guarantee you that.
All right. So for the conveyance of burglaries, the bond amounts currently are $5,000 each, and I will set them at $2,000 each. And then she has the grand theft auto, also set that at $2,000. So it's going to be a total of $8,000.
Okay.
She needs to be back to court on January 16th at 8:30 in the morning. And that judge is very serious about his start time. So
Okay.
I would maybe prepare to be here at 8.
And what was that date again? I'm sorry.
That's January 16th.
Okay, no problem.
Okay?
Thank
All
you
right,
very
thank
much.
you. All right, thank you, Ms. Milhouse. Dorian Black. Your date of birth?
March 30th, 2000.
Right. You're here for 3 counts of conveyance, burglary conveyance, 1 count of grand theft auto, 1 count of fleeing to elude, and 1 count of driving on suspended driver's license. Your total bond is about $26,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
Appoint the Public Defender's Office. State prior record.
Your Honor, he does have juvenile history, if you'd like me to go into that, Your Honor.
That's what I'm asking for.
Yes, sorry. Providing false name and 15, adjudicated delinquent. Grand theft, adjudication delinquent in 2015. A robbery, adjudicated delinquent 2015. Resisting without, adjudication delinquent in 15. No, robbery, it looks like it'd be the same one.
Okay. All right. Mr. Black, I have an address here on 9th Avenue South in St. Petersburg. Is that where you live?
No.
Where do you live?
4114 Fairfield Avenue South.
Where's that?
St. Petersburg.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
I don't know. Is that
Okay. A year? Less than a year?
less than a year?
All right. Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Fast food.
I'm sorry. What kind of work do you do?
Fast food.
Fast food? Okay. Gotcha. All right. For the 3 counts of burglary of conveyance, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000 each. For the count of the grand theft auto, your bond's going to be $10,000. For the fleeing to elude, your bond is going to be $10,000. And for the driving unsuspended, your bond is going to be $2,000. It's a total of $52,000. We're going to see you back to court on January 16th at 8:30 in the morning. Daniel Dombrowski. Have your date of birth?
29.
You are here today because I guess you were in jail somewhere else when you had a court date here in front of Judge Hitzman back in June for a trespass.
Yes.
Your bond amount on that is $10,000. State, do you know if there's a plea offer here to take care of this?
Your Honor, Mr. Dombrowski served a total of 220 days. That's including time from Pasco and Hernando. At this point, it'd be the time served offer, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you know how much time he did in Hernando, baby?
He did 5 days in Hernando and 215 in Pasco.
All right. All right, so you want to take care of your case today for time served?
If that's possible.
Okay. Do you understand that by taking this plea today, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Not just this, but the other
Robert?
too.
Do you understand that by taking care of this case today, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
No, this is the charge. He failed to.
Do you want to you want to get out of jail today, right?
Yes.
Do you understand that in order to get out of jail today, you can take care of this case today, and that by doing that, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you would be giving up your right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up all of those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, if that's
With
possible.
regard to this trespass charge, have you please complete no contest?
Not guilty?
Okay. If you're going to plead not guilty, then we'll have to see you back to court on another day.
I don't really understand.
Okay. If you're going to plead not guilty, that means you're not resolving this case today, and that you want to go to trial, and we'll set you up for court on another day. If you want to plead no contest, that means you can't contest the evidence against you, and you're going to take care of this case today.
Yeah, I'll take it. I agree.
Okay. You want to plead no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to 220 days in jail. Give you credit for the 220 days that you have in. You'll get cost of incarceration for the 5 days that you did in Hernando County. You'll have fines and court costs that you have to pay. It's just $553. I believe it's $553.
Okay.
Okay. So do we want just 90 days? Okay. So 90, and then 5 days in Hernando County. And then, so you owe the $553. You just need to make payment arrangements to the clerk of court for that, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you.
Sorry.
Robert Green? Date of birth? All right, you're here today for 3 counts of burglary of a conveyance and 1 count of grand theft auto for a total of $20,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State to see a prior record.
Yes, Your Honor. He also has juvenile history, a grand theft adjudicated delinquent in 2015, another grand theft arrest out of 2015, a burglary adjudicated delinquent in 2016, and another grand theft in 2016. And most of his history is out of Pinellas County.
Okay. Sir, I have an address here on 17th Street in St. Petersburg. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
17 years.
All right. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am. No.
All right, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000 each, and we'll see you back to court on January 16th at 8:30 in the morning, okay? Daniel Johnson. All right, can I have your date of birth?
11358.
All right. You are here today for a DUI and an introduction of contraband into the jail facility. I found probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State, I already see that he's got a DUI from 1979, 1987, and 1991, so this would be a 4th. Is there anything else I need to know?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, I have an address for you on Tin Oak Road 2 in Tallahassee. Is that where you live?
Right.
How long have you lived there?
Since 96.
Okay. Do you have any family here in Hernando County?
Well, my wife, we came down, son got killed Friday. And we come down and get ready to bury him next week.
Okay. Do you have anyone else here in this county?
My wife,
She lives down here?
no, she don't live here.
Okay, well that's what I'm asking. Do you have any family members that live here in Hernando County?
No.
Okay. All right. All right, on the DUI, I'm going to set your bond at $2,000, and on count 2, I'll keep your bond at $500. I'm going to see you back to court on January 16th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Okay.
All right. Jarrett Johnson. Have your date of birth?
7/26/88.
You're here today for a violation of probation. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Toner on December 11th. There's probable cause for your arrest. He wants you held no bond until you can get there back in front of him. So we're going to hold you no bond. We're going to see you back January 16th at 8:30 in the morning. Did you want the public defender's office?
Yeah, could you tell me what the violation was?
Sure. It's a violation. You were placed on community control, and apparently you failed to remain confined to your approved residence on November 19th. They came out to your residence and you weren't there, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right. Leo Johnson? Date of birth?
9/27/71.
All right. Mr. Johnson, you have a couple things going on here. First of all, you have a failure to appear on a possession of paraphernalia that you're supposed to be in court in front of Judge Hickson on December 6th. He has set your bond on that at $2,000. Then I guess when you were arrested, you picked up another possession of paraphernalia. So that bond is $1,000. I found probable cause for both of those. And I also see that you have a pending case right now. Is that in front of Judge Toner? The driving on suspended driver's license?
Forget what his name is.
Judge Merritt?
The only June.
Okay. Doesn't matter. All right.
It is Judge Toner, Your Honor.
Doesn't matter. Okay. So you have an option today. If you want to resolve both of these possession and paraphernalia cases today, you can do that. I will sentence you to 90 days in the Hernando County Jail. We'll give you credit on one of those cases for the 2 days that you have, or we'll give you credit for the 2 days that you have in on those cases. Is that something you want to do today?
What's the other option?
The other option is you don't have to do that, and I can set you up for a court date for these cases on January 16th. But also what I'm going to do is I'll have to recommit you on the 2018 CS 1472.
I take it.
All right. You understand that by taking a plea on these cases today, you're giving up the right to go to trial?
Yeah.
Giving up the right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses in your own behalf, and you're giving up the right to have the state prove the case against you. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today? Okay. With regard to the possession of paraphernalia, in 2018 MM231, how do you plead? Complete no contest. I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily given. Adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to 90 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You will have fines and court costs assessed against you for that, and the cost of incarceration. With regard to the new charge of possession of paraphernalia, what is your plea? Plea no contest.
No contest.
Accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 90 days in the Hernando County Jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You also have fines and court costs in that case as well. And then the pending case of 2018 CF 1472, that will remain pending in front of Judge Toner on January 2nd. Okay? All right,
No.
Mr. Johnson, real quick, did you have the public defender in that? You have the public defender in that case, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I want to be out there to talk to you soon about that, okay? All right. Michael Lisk. Date of birth?
September 13th, 1987.
All right. You're here today for a commercial burglary and 8 counts of burglary of conveyance. That's for one case. Another case you have a grand theft auto. And then another case you have a fleeing to elude police officer. I did find probable cause for your arrest in each of those cases. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State prior record.
Yes, Your Honor. A possession of cocaine adjudication was held in 2007, 102 days in county jail. Failure to appear reference on Hernando in 2007. A battery disposition guilty in 2010 with time in jail for 63 days. Disposition guilty for disorderly conduct in 2010 with a probation violation. Disposition guilty in 2012, 117 days in county jail for battery. Violation of pretrial release in 2012, adjudicated guilty. A burglary in 2013, disposition guilty. Possession of controlled substance, disposition guilty in 2016, as well as a paraphernalia and a resisting. A petty theft disposition guilty in Hernando County in 2018.
Okay. Mr. Lisk, I don't have an address for you. Do you have an address these days? Where you living?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
So for the commercial burglary, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. For each count of the burglary of conveyance, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. For the rent theft auto, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. And for the fleeing to elude, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. We're going to see you back in court on January 16th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. O'Mary and Nathan? Date of birth?
August 4th, 2002.
You're here today for an armed robbery and a burglary of conveyance. You have one count of each of those. For the armed robbery, your bond is $50,000. For the burglary, your bond is $15,000. I found probable cause for your arrest and it's based on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt on December 17th. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you in this case?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. State, is there a prior record?
Your Honor, yes, there's juvenile history. Looks like a burglary or trespass and adjudication of guilt in 2017. Burglary of a dwelling, disposition guilty out of Hernando in 16. Disposition guilty for exposure of sexual organs in 2017. Disposition guilty for petty theft out of Hernando in 2017. And that's all I'm showing, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Nathan, I have an address for you on Warner Ave in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yeah.
How long have you lived there?
Like 3 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
No.
All right. That address on Warner Ave in Brooksville, do you live there with your parents?
Yeah, my mom.
All right. I'm going to keep those bonds the same, okay? We're going to see you back to court January 16th at 8:30 in the morning, and your attorney will be out to see you soon, okay? Brian Phelan? Can I have your date of birth?
11/29/83.
We're here today for a retail theft. It's based on a report from Walmart back on November 23rd. So I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have them on your pending case already, the Public Defender's Office?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead and appoint them for you. And for the other case, you have not bonded out on that case, right? You've been in custody since you were arrested on that?
That's correct.
Okay. And that bond is just, what, like $1,000?
I really don't know, ma'am.
Okay. I have an address here on Candia Street in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
30 years? 20 years?
Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Carpenter.
I see that the most recent from 2016 is what I have for the stealing stolen property and depriving a pawnbroker. And then I have a whole bunch of other worthless checks and trespassing. Like that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Set your keep your bond at $1,000. We're going to see you back to court on January 16th at 9 a.m. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Tyrone Ross. Can I have your date of birth?
05/2/03.
All right. You are here today for an armed burglary. The bond is currently $50,000, and burglary of conveyance. The bond is currently $25,000. I found probable cause for your arrest, and it's based on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt on December 17th. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you on this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. State, is there a history?
2017 Marion County grand theft that was dropped, and a Hernando robbery was probably that's all, Your Honor.
What was that last one? Hernando what?
A Hernando robbery with a firearm, but it looks to be this 2018. It says November 27th, 2018. So that's all I have, Your Honor.
Well, okay. the state offense was November 17th, so it's part of the same case.
That's what I'm
Okay.
believing, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Ross, I have an address for you on Flagler Ave in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
All my life.
All right. Do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
Are you in school?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you in school full time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you here to speak for him? Okay. If you'd like, you can come. You don't have to, but if you'd like, you can come up and say something. What is your name?
Annie,
Okay. How do you know this guy?
I'm his grandmother, and he's been living with me all this time.
Okay.
And our thing is people, place, and thing. I'm asking you to avoid his bond because he's never really actually been into any trouble. It's always the company that he keeps.
Well, the company you keep can get you in trouble.
Yes, ma'am, that's what I'm telling you. And I've been talking to him on and on about that. But since my husband died, I've been having issues, so I'm trying to get counseling. He just really started getting counsel for that. But my son, that he haven't seen in 4 years, are coming home for Christmas. And I know the bond was high for what he did, but...
Well, no, it's appropriate for what he did.
I just said, man, it's high.
Yeah, it's
you know
high,
what I'm saying?
but it's appropriate.
I can't afford
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So,
I mean, have you spoken to the detective in the case and the state attorney's office to find out what exactly happened here?
no, ma'am, this is the issue. This is our first time getting involved in this period. It's my first time ever been here. The public defender that he had, Mr. David Bow, I have on my phone. I have been calling him for a whole week to get information on when this happened with my grandson. I wasn't even home. So I was told that he had did that, but no one came to my house. It happened before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I was out of town. And when I was out of town in Maryland with my son, I'm at the airport. I got a phone call from the school saying that they had removed my grandson from the school. So I called his mom, which all of them live with her, and she didn't get a phone call either. So what she did, she went to the police station looking, trying to find out what actually really happened. Okay, when she got there, nobody was, they told her that he hadn't got there yet. This is the one over there by the credit union. Then they went to another. She sat there for an hour and a half before she could find out really whether they had him. So she had to rush and come to the airport to pick me up. So I called because he's in my custody. And I called and they said, well, ma'am, I can't give you any information. So when I took him to the detention center, and then I called there. So the lady was telling me what he was charged for. Yeah. And when it happened, I said, well, ma'am, I said, you know, I'm a Christian, I'm home. I said, this kid got any trouble. If they would have came to my house and picked him up, you know, I would have felt more better. And I would say, here, either I would have took him there until we found out, you know, what's really going on. Okay. So anyway, to make a long story short, I just...
Well, you did not make that short.
I haven't talked with anybody, so I called this morning. I was praying. I said, well, Lord, who do I talk to? Because I've never been through this. So I called the public defender, and Mr. Bow was out again. I ain't spoken to him all the week, so I have another lady named Ms. Bell. She said, well, Miss Wheeler, she said, well, he has arrangement today. I said, well, I'm going to get dressed and rush down there and hope that I can get there to see what's really going on. Okay. So, honest, ma'am, I really don't know. I'll be honest. I've never been through this.
Okay. And I appreciate you being here. And no one is saying that you did anything wrong or whatever, but because these charges are so serious and because of what he did is so serious, he's being treated like an adult. He did an adult thing. He's going to be treated like an adult.
Yes, ma'am.
So he's not going to be given any coddling or checking with his guardians first or anything like that. So it's man up time. And this is a robbery with a deadly weapon. It's with a firearm. Right. There was a gun involved. This is not. Yeah. This is not a petty theft. This is not something where, you know, it's going to be anything good happening out of this. So, I mean, it doesn't look like, I mean, he's got a prior arrest that was dropped. I don't know if it was dropped because he went through a program to get that dropped. I'm not sure what the circumstances were.
No, his happening at school.
Okay. But here's the deal. he did some serious things, and we need to make sure that the bond is supposed to make sure that he comes back to court. So, if you're able to bond him out, I mean, he doesn't even, does he drive?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so who's going to get him to and from court?
I am.
You're going to get him to and from court?
Yes, ma'am. I promise you, yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is I will go ahead and lower the bond a little bit because it seems like he's not really been in a lot of trouble before, and it looks like he's got ties to the community, and people are going to guarantee that he makes it to and from court. So for the armed burglary, I'll go ahead and set the bond at $10,000. And for the burglary of the conveyance, I'll go ahead and set that at $5,000. It's a total of $15,000. He needs to be back to court on January 16th at 8:30 in the morning. And I don't know if you were here when I spoke to those other people. That judge is very serious about his start date. If you guys aren't there at 8 sharp, then he'll take him into custody. So make sure you're there probably by 8. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Your attorney will be out there to see you soon. Okay, Mr. Ross?
Thank you.
Jackhead Rouse? Can I have your date of birth?
7/17.
You're here today for 3 counts of burglary of conveyance, 1 count of grand theft auto, and 1 count of fleeing to elude. I found probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Did you want the public defender to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll play the public defender's office. State their history.
Yes, Your Honor. Juvenile history, adjudication withheld in 2016 for a trespass, disruption of school function, a burglary of a conveyance in Pinellas County in 15, adjudication withheld, a burglary of a conveyance in 2015, another count from a different date in Pinellas County, no disposition, grand theft in 2015, grand theft of a motor vehicle, adjudicated delinquent in 16, a 2017 burglary, adjudicated delinquent, probation violation out of 18 in Pinellas County, another probation violation in September of 2018, and a vehicle, and that's this.
Mr. Rouse, I'm going to address you on 24th Ave in St. Petersburg. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
A few months.
I'm sorry?
A few months.
A few months? Okay. How long have you lived in Pinellas County? I mean, how long have you lived in Pinellas?
All my life.
All right. Do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $10,000 each. And we're going to see you back to court January 16th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
And I ain't never got my phone call.
What you mean to say is you haven't gotten your phone call yet?
No.
Okay, well, make sure that you get that phone call today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Gary Sharp. Can I have your date of birth?
6/13/78.
You're here today for a violation of probation. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt on November 15th. So there is probable cause for your arrest. He'll let you hold no bond until you get back in front of him. So we're going to hold you no bond until January 16th at 8:30 in the morning. Did you want the public? Is that Judge Tonerty?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is that the right date?
116?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. She's on first. That's the right date. 16.
Okay. And that's Judge Merritt.
I have Judge Toner.
So I need a Judge Merritt date.
Judge Merritt, I have a 1/8 date.
Okay. So we'll see you back January 8th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Got everyone at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.